The activity in front of the Brooklyn. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They're still in the bottom third of the league, but see a little bump up in the rankings.
And seeing where the 76ers are, they've just kind of burst out of the gate here with some fire, feeling disrespected by pundits who overlook them as a top team.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. They've got Paul George. Thompson is out there with Bagley. And it's Wall. And it's Hield in at the 2. And for the Nets, Zeller is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Green. Then it's Morant. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard. And Wall slams it home.
Such a shrewd playmaker. Love watching Wall break down the defense in the pick and roll.
Pass to Green. Morant right side. Here's Randle. That shot no good. Excellent D there from George. Inside, here's Wall. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Green against George. Dinwiddie outside. Over Wall. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And so George will bring it up for the 76ers. Hield outside. You know, I always think about the first-year players, Clark, when it's this early in the season. There must be a lot going on in a rookie's head during the first few NBA games they play.
Hey, Kevin, no doubt about it. I think back to my rookie days long years ago, man, and I was so excited, thrilled to be living a dream. But the games come, the traveling, the practices, the game plans. Yeah, it feels like you're drinking out of a fire hose sometimes.
Here's George. Following the basket by John Morant. Unloads. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
And Zeller kicks to Randle. It's stolen by Bagley. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
I tell you, George is an amazing athlete. He's got great speed, and when he's in the open court running the break, that's a scary look for the defense.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He had a career game last time out, bucket after bucket, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
A nice shot by George.
Yeah, you know, John Wall is so masterful as a floor general. He's a real maestro out there, terrific at finding the open guy on time and on target.
Now here's Zeller. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line. Yeah, great timing there. Bagley gets off the ground so quickly, gives the defense no chance to react.
And Randle throws it down.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
And so here is Philadelphia. After the basket by Brooklyn.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Pass to Dinwiddie. To the middle. Zeller inside, working on Thompson. Zeller passes to Green. Now here's Morant for three. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And that does it for the first quarter. 76ers lead by... And it seems like players are constantly changing teams.
As a team, as a unit, as a roster, we've had a lot.
Greg Dinwiddie, one of those players who seems to adapt to any situation.
I mean, he's versatile, total team player, will do whatever is asked of him. He's really emerged after being picked in the second round a few years ago.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Philadelphia.
Well, they've come out of that locker room with a hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so, in the game for the 76ers, all out there with Hield. Then it's Thompson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Bagley in at the 4-man position. Here is Wall. Following the basket by Julius Randle. Thompson outside. 6 on the shot clock. 2 points. That one goes. Bagley's got the lead. Back up to 8 now for the 76ers.
Yeah, and Bagley has the reputation for showing variety. Can score in a different way on each possession.
Morant passes to Dinwiddie. Shoots from the high post. Thompson with the rebound. The 76ers leading by 8. Down low, Hield. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 3 assists tonight.
A guy like Buddy out-hustles other players on the floor. He gets inside, and there he finishes strong.
Now here's Morant. To the paint. Here's Dinwiddie. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the 76ers. Hield with the bucket.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Nets trail by 10.
Well, Buddy Hield, the consummate gym rat. Growing up in the Bahamas, he built his own rim with a milk crate and would shoot all night. His neighbors got so tired of yelling at him to keep it down. He sprinkled broken glass under the rim to get him to move the hoop. A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Here's George. Banked in off the glass. George has got the lead up to 10 now for the 76ers.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
Now here's Randle. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Atlanta.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
And Greg, they said Hield would wait until his mom fell asleep and then sneak out to play basketball. And when she came looking for him, he'd take off running.
Yeah, he preferred to catch that discipline at home more so than in public. But growing up in the 8 Mile Rock, a tough neighborhood, his mom rightfully very protective.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
The 76ers leading by 10. And Wall kicks to Thompson. Wall against Randle. Here's Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
The vision and understanding Wall has in pick-and-roll situations is second to none. So many of his teammates have become better shooters because of Wall's perfect passes out of that set.
That one falls. His 2nd basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
I think one of the best ways, guys, to score in transition is that quick hitter after the first burst.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He's got 6.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. Oh, great ball movement there.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the 2nd quarter. Randle surveying the D. Shot clock at 6. To end the run, Bagley with the block.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooters.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers holding a big 18-point lead.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points, 3 assists. And that'll do it.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from George.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
We've got Zeller. Green is out there with Julius Randle. Then there's John Morant. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
It's stolen by Hield. The kick out to Wall. No good from outside. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Nets. 19-point game. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. That'll be the first half of a two-game trip. Outside, Wall. Outside, George. Releases. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
And, you know, once George gets on the roll, he's just absolutely relentless, showing you how dominant he can be when he gets hot.
Thompson against Zeller. Stolen by Thompson. Hield outside. And there's the pass to Bagley. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Nets trail by 18. Inside, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
There's 1:26 left here in the third quarter.
The rugged toughness of Morant. Excellent at fighting through there and capitalizing in style.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. The 76ers leading by 15.
And you talk about the perfect veteran wing player. Danny Green's right at the top of that list. Solid defense, good shooter, and plays within himself.
George with the bucket.
And he's the main reason they have the lead right now. He's been perfect from the field, literally.
Wall against Morant. Here's Dinwiddie. Here's Zeller. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Zeller's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, you know, Zeller brings a lot of energy to his work on the boards. I love that about him.
There's 47 seconds left to play in the third. Feeds it to Thompson. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. And the 76ers lead by 17. Morant scanning the floor. Here's Randall, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Randall's got 8.
Boy, down low, Randall can throw those 250 LBs around and create havoc. Tough for the defense to slow him down.
Pass to George. Fires the 3. Good on the triple. George has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Now Morant. Here's Green. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. And so it's Philadelphia holding a big 18-point lead to close. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth, they've got Marvin Bagley. Buddy Hield is out there with Wall. Then it's Thompson, and it's George in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Randall, and it's good for 2. Randall's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Nets.
Yeah, you know, in Cody Zeller, I think they've got a guy who does all the little things like making good, smart passes and creating open shots for others.
Dinwiddie with the steal. Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of
good one, yes.
Reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. But how about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018? But he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
The shot by George, no good. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the Brooklyn Nets. They've only given up 1 point in the fourth quarter.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
It's Wall with the drive.
Tell you one thing, it's a bonus to have a guard who can flush it like that. I mean, Wall gets up high on these jams.
Morant, the bounce pass. Here's Randall. Bagley with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Bagley. Here's Zeller. The 3 from Morant. The rebound by Hield. Oh, and here we go. Wall's got it. The fast break chance. And Thompson throws it down.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Floats it up for Randall. It's stolen by Bagley. Now here's Wall. Outside, George to the inside. Here's Bagley. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Back to Green. To the wing right side. Shot clock at 5. Here's Morant. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the 76ers.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Paul George.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Lee outside. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Green, the pass to Perry. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
Here's Maxey. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 4 on the shot clock. Pass to Tolliver. Shoots a fader. That shot off the mark. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Johnson, the pass to Perry, and the layup is good.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
And so the 76ers can now just hold on to the ball. And here is Milton. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight.